you call. I'm here to help you all. They call me the Huntress, see. I wanna help you be free. I can hear you call. I'm here to help you all. They call me the Huntress, see. I wanna help you be free.
Welcome to beautiful downtown Nashua, New Hampshire. This evening we're going to be investigating the oldest pharmacy in the state of New Hampshire. Originally founded as Blanchard and Currier in 1868 by the surgeon George Currier and druggist William Blanchard. Here's a little tidbit of information. They used an upstairs back room to do minor surgery. And in the front room, what they had was they sold herbs and compounds that they made in the basement. But in the back of the basement downstairs, they actually did full-fledged operations. Come on in to Rice's Pharmacy, now home of the Sausage King of Nashua, and let's check it out together. Now this is the front area of the Rice's Pharmacy, where they used to actually give out herbs and compounds that they made in the basement. This is a fantastic place to be. A lot of spiritual energy here. Now come on back, because the room where they did surgery for minor ailments, whether it's to cut a wart off or a splinter, should be right back there. Now here we are out back. It is said that one of the back rooms here at the old Rice's Pharmacy, Blanchard and Currier, first, 1868, housed a very small operating room for minor ailments. You know, like I said, out front, warts and removal of splinters. Where is it exactly? We don't know. But it's somewhere in this vicinity, because this is like the room out back. Let's get down the basement. I'll show you some more. Now we're in the portion towards the front of the road where they made the different compounds and put the herbs together. One of the weird things is that when I was researching is they had a remedy for syphilis. And you know what it was? It was arsenic and mercury. Don't really think it cured syphilis. They also had this really cool cough remedy. They mixed white pine with tar cough medicine along with alcohol and chloroform. Definitely put a zip on the cough, except for you didn't wake up all the time in the morning like you were dead from it. There was one medication that has been used since, gosh, maybe the beginning of time. It was taken from the willow tree, its bark, and pounded into a powder. And it was for headaches, it was for muscle aches, and it was to reduce fevers as well. The main ingredient to that was salicin. Now salicin is the main ingredient to aspirin, which was founded in 1832. Glad you caught up with me. We are now in the back of the basement here, and this is where they performed major operations. What they do is they do teeth extraction here. They also did lobotomies here, and they performed them on a wooden operating table. Probably very, very cold on the behind, you know. They also had very, very primitive tools that they used. If you were poor, they amputated your leg with an amputation device they called, which looked just like today's meat cleaver. But if you had money, what they would do is they'd give you an engraved version of the meat cleaver to cut your leg off with. Leads you to wonder what they did for anesthesia. Oh, take a look at this, a very primitive tool to remove tonsils at the time. What did they do for anesthesia? Let's take a quick talk about that. In 1540, ether was discovered, and that was the drug of choice, but it was not used in the United States until 1842. In 1820, they tried carbon monoxide. with like wicked horrible results. In 1844, nitrous oxide was used. In 1831, chloroform was used. By the 1850s, ether was in full swing yet again, and people determined that was their drug of choice for a major operation. Of course, you had all the in-betweens like marijuana and drink yourself to, oblivion. Those didn't really seem to work, but they did have them as compounds upstairs. They made them down back here. Now stay with us. We're coming back tonight, and we're going to investigate the basement area where they did lobotomies, full-fledged operations with all those primitive tools. Let's see if we can make contact. But first, let's head upstairs and have a chat with the owner of the Sausage King of Nashua. I'm with Dave Manganello, the owner of the Sausage King of Nashua. In fact, he is the Sausage King of Nashua. How are you doing, Dave?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. So tell me a little bit about what you got to offer here.
Well, we have gourmet dogs, of course Italian sausages, as the name suggests, and dynamite burgers, fries, just comfort food.
How'd you get involved in this business?
I worked in the uniform business for about 11 years and didn't like it very much, and went on a vacation to Toronto and just had some really dynamite food and said, this is what I need to do.
You know what? We had a conversation earlier. A lot of people don't know this, but he would get a phone call, and at a moment's notice, he has to set up for a big charity event. That's incredible.
True.
That you were able to do that. Now, you know what? I'm just going to say this. I had one of the dogs here. I had the one, I think it's called the Green Monster. They had olives on it, cheddar cheese melted, feta cheese. The bun was grilled, and the thing was like this big. I can't get over it. I've been to other places and, they brag they've been around for, 100 years. They serve you these little dogs. Buns are not even grilled. How do you get away with such a low cost serving such a premium product?
Well, we try to give you the best product that we can purchase and then make it as good as we can make it. The sum of all of its parts is the best ingredients that we can find. The dog itself is the same that you're going to find at Fenway. It's an authentic Fenway Frank. And then in New England, the grilled bun is what everybody likes.
Oh, God, it's to die for, I'll tell you. And it's not like you're scrimpy either. You really load that dog up. I had one hot dog. I shared it with me and my son, and that did it for lunch for us. So anything else you want to tell us about this place? Or maybe services that you provide?
We do catering. We do special events. You may see us out at Milford Pumpkin Fest or the Rotary's Rock and Rib Fest at the Budweiser plant. We've done weddings, any kind of occasion, charity events. There's the big day of help coming up that we're going to be doing that for. We did an event for the Chamber of Commerce. They called us. We did it at the Amber Room up the street.
So you're steeped in the community.
Try to do as much business locally as we can because they do business with us. I bank right up the street, and they come and eat here on Fridays on Casual Friday. And,
that's awesome.
Where you're going to get that, TD Bank isn't going to come down from Toronto and, eat my hot dogs, but, they do from up the street.
Oh, that's right.
Ever since I wanted to do this, I wanted to do it in the downtown area, from this corridor, from Margaritas to City Hall, because this is where, the life of Nashua really is, the beating heart.
I like promoting local, and I really love eating local. I mean, franchises are great, don't get me wrong, they truly are. But I think the heart of New Hampshire is its community, a community feeling, and you can't have that feeling unless you come to places like this that are privately and independently owned. The prices are great, the food is awesome. This big, I'm telling you. That sounds like dirty, but anyway.
Well, size matters. That's our slogan.
I'm not going to comment, but anyways, thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
Best of luck here. You are definitely the king.
Appreciate it.
And now it's time for the investigation of Rice's Pharmacy.
I'm so glad you joined us. Right now I want to sprinkle some powder, take some photographs of it, and see if the patterns change. I want to do that down at where they made the herbs, pounded the compounds, and came up with the prescriptions that they had in 1862. So why don't you come on back into the area where they actually made, in the front of the building here, in the basement, these herbal and medical compounds. Looking for a flat surface. This is carpet, so I don't think that's going to be good. I'm going to come in here. Let me sprinkle some powder. This is called a powder test. What I do is I sprinkle the powder just very, very mildly. Then I get out my camera and I take a series of at least 3 photographs in the same position. Now what I'm going to do is leave the powder here, and at the end of the evening we're going to come back and we're going to take another series of photographs. Then we're going to compare them to see if the powder pattern has changed. I mean, you got to use common sense with this. You can't do it near an open window. You cannot do it with a lot of people mulling around. See, we're able to do this here because we're in an encased basement with no windows. And it's just you and I down here, baby. That's kind of scary, huh? Anyways, let's continue with our investigation. I want to go back over where they made the weeds and the compounds. Excuse me, herbal. And right here is where they made the herbal remedies, like using, the willow tree bark and pounding it down to make it into a pain reliever, muscle pain reliever, and also fever reducer too. And they'd make it in this general vicinity. This is towards the street. And they also use different types of compounds as well. And what I thought might be really neat because of our Native American heritage, and the fact that we did use herbal remedies here being made and then sold upstairs, I want to do another metaphysical test. I want to use the candle. I'm going to light it and I'm going to ask for responses. And hopefully we will have a spirit that has an intellect that will make the candle move. Now again, we got to use common sense. Always use common sense. You don't want to do this type of test near any kind of paper or window or people breathing on it.
So dark that candle doesn't even throw off much light?
All I'm going to do is simple commands. I'm just going to ask for the flame to move. If you notice, my breath is going this way as not to interfere with the candle itself. So I'm going to ask the spirits, if there are any spirits in this building whatsoever, please come forward and make the candle flicker. Can you make the candle flicker for us if there's any presence here at all? George Corrier, are you here? You used to make the compounds here, along with Willis Blanchard. Please move the flame. Got a little movement there. Willis, you were the druggist. Are you here with us, Willis? Can you make it move again?
There's some movement right there.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that movement too. Can you make the flame rise up? Can you make it bigger? Can you just make it move again? It appears to be moving a little bit. And that is how a candle test is done. You just have to be very careful. It's pitch black. I can't see a thing. Only the video guy can see it.
Barely. I keep walking
You
into
can barely
things.
too. All right. I'll let that sit there for a while. Make sure we come back for it. I see a lot of wiring all through here, rewiring all through the ceiling. I don't think this would be a great place to do EVPs, EMF meter, because we are up against
Way too much interference.
a lot of interference when it comes to electrical interference here. I don't think we're going to get an accurate reading. So why don't we see if we can do just an EVP in this section here and see what we've got. Willis Blanchard, are you here? I saw you move the flame. Can you please make a sound or put something down? Now I know you don't know what a recorder is, so can you please just make a sound so I can hear it?
Willis Blanchard, are you here? I saw you move the flame. Can you please make a sound or put something down? Now, I know you don't know what a recorder is, so can you please just make a sound so I can hear it?
I think let's try it again.
Maybe we should try it in the back corner so
Okay.
we don't have as much interference from upstairs.
I'd like to speak to one of the spirits that's here. Please come forward and say something.
I'd like to speak to one of the spirits that's here. Please come forward and say something.
Now, this is one of the rare times I did not spray with white sage spray, and you saw that. I didn't get a response. So what I'm going to do right now is to spray with white sage spray. It's better than smudging, at least for in basements, people with asthma. And I like
Smoke
to call
detectors.
excuse me?
Smoke detectors.
Smoke detectors. What I like to do is call the spirits forward using my white sage. And what it does, it creates to me like an even playing field. We have the living here and we have the dead here. And we're able to cross over back and forth. I come in peace. I mean you no harm. I want you to come out and celebrate with your voices. Come forward. Come and speak to us. Tell us everything you know. And if there is some way we can help you, we will.
We're here to validate you.
We are here to validate you. Amen. Now let's see if we can get any voices. Willis Blanchard. Willis Blanchard, can you see me? Willis Blanchard, are you here? Do you feel like you're still at work down here, making herbal compounds?
Willis Blanchard. Willis Blanchard, can you see me?
That's the crowd upstairs.
No, that was before the crowd upstairs.
Are you here? Do you feel like you're still at work down here, making herbal compounds?
No, it wasn't the laughing, because that's coming from upstairs. What it was before, when I asked, can you see me? I heard a yeah or a yes. Listen really closely to this, okay? We'll play it one more time. Listen.
Willis Blanchard. Willis Blanchard, can you see me?
Yes.
Very lightly.
Very
in the background.
lightly,
I did
a
hear it.
yes. I'm going to play it one more time. Now remember, I think I might have to back it up. Excuse me.
Put it right up against the microphone.
Are there any?
Okay. Here we are. It's not the women laughing. It is right after I say, can you see me? You'll hear yes.
Willis Blanchard. Willis Blanchard, can you see me?
There it is. That's most definitely a yes. A quiet one, but a yes. My white sage spray has never, ever let me down. Great EVP. Let's try to see if we can get another one. Willis Blanchard, you seem very talkative. I've been here all day. Do you know my name? I am a physician in Corona Reiki, a licensed physician in Corona Reiki. George Currier, you're a doctor, you're a surgeon. Can you see me?
Willis Blanchard, you seem very talkative. I've been here all day. Do you know my name? I am a physician in Corona Reiki, a licensed physician in Corona Reiki. George Currier, you're a doctor, you're a surgeon. Can you see me?
I hear like men talking and like a man thing. I'm not so sure.
Only in the very beginning, though.
Only in the very beginning, you're right. We'll play that again real quick.
Willis Blanchard, you seem very talkative. I've been here all day. Do you know my name?
I still hear it.
Sounds almost like an I don't know.
I am a physician in Corona Reiki, a licensed physician in Corona Reiki. George Currier, you're a doctor,
Okay.
you're a
Our
surgeon.
security just found an orb.
Can you
All
see
right.
me?
Let's come down this way.
Yeah.
You gonna warm?
I had a flash. It was starting a little bit by the door, and it was going for a good minute or so, then it started working its way across this wall. And when I called you, it ended
Did
right
you get
there.
it with the camera? You saw it.
I saw it. I was
You
watching-
saw it
I
with
was
your
watching-
eyes?
Yeah, I was watching it for
Oh,
the
that's
past few
interesting.
minutes.
Because you know what? You weren't here for the beginning introductions, Kevin. But down here, this is where they perform the operations in the back of the building. Not the minor ailment, operations for a splinter or whatnot. They did full-fledged lobotomies here on a wooden
They
table.
cut legs off with hacksaws.
They cut legs off, but they call them amputating devices. What they were just like a meat cleaver. But of course, if you were, rich, you could have the fancy engraved ones for amputation. It's amazing. But this is where the action was, right in through here.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
right in
some
the back.
pictures.
When
Yeah, right in
you
the-
said that you were a doctor of Reiki, it started flashing right here. It stayed there for a while. I kept
Yeah.
watching it. It went away, and then it was over here, and then it started working. As you were talking, it started working its way in this direction. And when I called you over, it stopped right here.
Okay, so quite possibly it recognized the fact that I am a licensed physician.
It's working its way towards you.
There's a doctor and surgeon that started this, the pharmacy here. So, and the doctor operated down here, George Carrier, operated right down in this basement in the back room here. Right exactly, probably where we are, which
That's
is
definitely a
like
heavy
really freaky.
feeling in the gut over here.
You can feel it, yeah. I'm gonna take some photographs. I think that struck a nerve. It was very rare back then to have a woman become a doctor, a woman become anything, you know, in a front row, or a woman that happens to be a ghost hunter in the forefront. Think about that one. This would be interesting. Oh no, that's just a electric box I didn't notice further down.
There's definitely energy down here. You can feel it.
It's very dense.
Very much so.
Very, very dense.
Not as much in the other end of the basement. Just when you get in this general corner area, it's like you're walking into something.
Hey, they suck people's brains out down here. You know, just think about that. Just think about that on a crude wooden table, being strapped down. Lord knows what kind of anesthesia they use.
So you wonder.
Yeah, we talked about carbon monoxide they used, or nitrous acid. Oh, yeah,
Nitrous oxide. Yeah.
But you know
Laughing
what?
gas.
Laughing gas.
That's what it is.
To insert a tube and suck out your brain. That's pretty heavy.
It makes you wonder if a part of their consciousness is still
I
here.
wonder.
Due
I know
to
we
that
don't,
fact,
we don't
'cause-
have many wires here. Let's try the EMF. No, that ain't
That's
right.
going nuts.
That ain't right. That ain't right. There's absolutely no wiring down this basement part.
I see a lot of piping, but
This piping,
I mean,
the
the wire-
wiring's at the front of the building.
yeah, and if the wiring here is very minimal up to the ceiling.
Maybe it's broke, no? Wow. It's crazy down here. Very odd. I'm gonna try the heat meter. And when I do find a fluctuation of between 5 or 10 degrees, that's when I start taking pictures. 60, 59. You can come over my shoulder with this so you can see the temperature change. 59, 59,
There it is.
56, 3 degrees. 60, 60 and 56, 4 degrees. 59, 58,
Check the center of the
60.
room.
$66 degrees.
66?
66 degrees.
Hmm.
Right here. Right in this.
This the middle
right
of this corner
here,
area.
in the middle.
Try the dowsing rods.
Wow, 66 degrees. I'm going to take one more photograph. Let's see what we got. Right in the middle of the room here. absolutely nothing. But the heat meter was 66 degrees, from like 58, 56 degrees. That's a big.
Could just be avoiding the camera.
Interesting. In there. Let's try the dowsing rods in here. Now, the dowsing rods have been used for thousands of years to detect energy, water, minerals, gold. And the principle is, if a spirit is near, then you can ask it to walk by the rods. Maybe you can get a response. You might feel them heating up, and they're going to come up your arm. They could vibrate, they get very warm when energy intercepts with them. And I don't get all fancy. I just ask them to open and close or just move. It takes a lot of energy. So let's see if we can contact. George Currier. Dr. Surgeon George Currier. Please take your energy and walk right past the dowsing rods and point them in the direction you're walking. Point them now. Walk by me now. Walk by me now. Walk by me now. Walk right by me. Bobby, are they moving?
They're definitely
So
going.
dark. Which way are they pointing? I can feel them over to my right, which would be your left.
To my left, yes.
Mr. Blanchard, can you walk back in front of me? Walk back in front of me, please. Walk back in front of me right now. Walk in front of me right now.
There you go.
I can feel him moving. It's going back and forth.
Starting to point to my right now.
He's going down by where they made the herbal compounds. Mr. Blanchard, do you want me to heal you? If you need to be healed, I will do that. Move the dowsing rods if you need to be healed. Walk past the dowsing rods if you like being a surgeon. Walk past them again if you like being a surgeon. Walk past them now. Walk past the dowsing rods now. Walk past them right now.
Yeah, they're moving.
Mr. Blanchard, are you standing in front of me? If you are, cross the dowsing rods. If you're standing right in front of me.
There he is.
He's right here. I can feel him. These things are hot.
We understand you did the best you can with the methods you had to heal your patients.
I commend you on that. You did a wonderful job.
Yeah, regardless of how barbaric it seems now, back then that was the cutting edge. Literally.
George Coria, step away from the rods and open them. Step away, doctor, and open the rods. Step away, and go back to the operating room. Where was the operating room? Point them in the direction of the operating room. Just take and wave your hand in the direction of the operating room. I feel like he's getting weak.
It's diagonally going this way. Like this.
Yeah.
Right into that area.
Thank you, Mr. Blanchard. May God bless you with all of the wonderful compounds that Willis Blanchard came up with. And you, George Currier, for all those experimental operations and the way you forged us ahead in the future here. Thank you both.
Ooh. Yeah, as I moved back to this area, I got that real heavy feeling.
It's almost like a spinning sensation.
It's, yeah, right through here. I mean, it definitely feels a little cooler just in this one spot and heavy. Let's try an EVP. I think he came over
We'll do
here.
an EVP, and then we're going to head back and take pictures of the powder.
I think he's warmed up to the fact that we're here, and
That thing's going off like crazy. George Currier, are you here? Say something. Please say something. Can you feel my presence?
George Currier, are you here? Say something. Please say something. Can you feel my presence?
Nothing.
nothing. No.
They're not all talkative all the time. Let's head back into the back area and take some pictures. Now, we're not really going to know until on examination of these photographs. So what I will do is take pictures, examine them, and then post those findings. I can't really tell offhand, so we'll have to wait. Now, if you're ever in the Nashua area of New Hampshire, you got to come to the Sausage King of Nashua. They've got great food here and a huge, rich history. The very first pharmacy in the entire state of New Hampshire is right here in this building. It's incredible to have that history, that knowledge, and up ghosts too. So until next week, this is Cece the Huntress. See you later. Bye-bye.
Here's some evidence after the episode ended.
Weird, huh? Before we could get to stop at all, now it's stopping. You know what?
In the same spot.
Same spot. That's crazy.
Do it again.
Yeah, there it stops.
In the same spot.
In the same spot. This is where we had the
It's a
temperature.
lot of stuff here. It's
This
just,
is the temperature we had. It climbed up to 66 degrees.
yeah, this guy-
Even higher this time. Look at this. It's not even going off.
no, and that's where the electrical wires are, and there's nothing in the concrete floor.
Now it's
Nothing
stopped
there.
here.
Right around through in
Too
here.
bad it wouldn't act like this for the show, huh? Are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh, good. We'll put this in. Okay, cool. Where? What are you getting for a heat reading?
6 right
Oh,
here.
oh, look it.
I'm getting 56.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I think it has to do with some of the people that may have been had the lobotomy.
What do you mean?
Well, if you think about it, when that part of the brain is taken out, they're brain dead. Maybe the rest of their consciousness that wasn't in their head is somehow still here.
See, now?
It's almost like they died here, if you think of it.
Well, their energy died here.
Their energy pretty much died here. Their body still worked robotically, but
Let's pack it up. It's late. Okay.
all right.
Your butt is 72 degrees.
What?
Here is Cece asking the spirits to move the flame. They did it not only once, but twice.
George Courier, are you here? You used to make the compounds here, along with Willis Blanchard. Please move the flame. Got a little movement there. Willis, you were the druggist. Are you here with us, Willis? Can you make it move again?
There's some movement right there.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that movement too.
A very light yes when Cece asks, "Can you see me?"
No, it wasn't the laughing, because that's coming from upstairs. What it was before, when I asked, "Can you see me?" I heard a yeah or a yes. Listen really closely to this, okay? We'll play it one more time. Listen.
Willis Blanchard. Willis Blanchard, can you see me?
Yes.
Very lightly.
Very
in the background.
lightly,
I did hear
yes. 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 Yes.
Mr. Blanchard knows Cece by saying her name.
Willis Blanchard, you seem very talkative. I've been here all day. Do you know my name?
Cece and Bob can feel the energy.
There's definitely energy down here. You can feel it.
It's very dense.
Very much so.
Very, very dense.
Not as much in the other end of the basement. Just when you get in this general corner area, it's like you're walking into something.
Hey, they suck people's brains out down here.
In this clip, Cece gets a 10-degree spike in temperature. When this happens, there's usually a spirit close by.
59,
There it is.
56, 3 degrees. 60, 60 and 56, 4 degrees. 59, 58,
Check the center of the
60.
room.
66 degrees.
66?
66 degrees.
Hmm.
Right here. Right in this.
This the middle
right
of this corner
here,
area.
in the middle.
Cece asked Dr. George Courier to move the dowsing rods, and they moved.
George Courier. Dr. Surgeon George Courier. Please take your energy and walk right past the dowsing rods and point them in the direction you're walking. Point them now. Walk by me now. Walk by me now. Walk by me now. Walk right by me. Bobby, are they moving?
They're definitely
So
going.
dark. Which way are they pointing? I can feel them over to my right, which would be your left.
To my left, yes.
And now Mr. Blanchard moves the dowsing rods.
Mr. Blanchard, can you walk back in front of me? Walk back in front of me, please. Walk back in front of me right now. Walk in front of me right now.
There you go.
I can feel him moving. It's going back and forth.
Starting to point to my right now.
When asked if he liked being a surgeon, he answered by moving the dowsing rods.
Walk past the dowsing rods if you like being a surgeon. Walk past them again if you like being a surgeon. Walk past them now. Walk past the dowsing rods now. Walk past them right now.
Yeah, they're moving.
Dr. George Currier also obeys Cece's commands.
Mr. Blanchard, are you standing in front of me? If you are, cross the dowsing rods. If you're standing right in front of me.
There he is.
He's right here. I can feel him. These things are hot.
Dr. George Currier obeys Cece's commands.
George Coria, step away from the rods and open them. Step away, doctor, and open the rods. Step away, and go back to the operating room. Where was the operating room? Point him in the direction of the operating room. Just take and wave your hand in the direction of the operating room. I feel like he's getting weak.
It's diagonally going this way. Like this.
Yeah.
Right into that
Thank
area.
you, Mr. Blanchard.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of Cece the Huntress. Check out all of our other adventure shows at ccthehuntress.com.
I can hear you call. I'm here to help you all. They call me the Huntress, see. I wanna help you be free. I can hear you call. I'm here to help you all. They call me the Huntress, see. I wanna help you be free.